Hey guys, Fearstreet here with another video. This video will talk about Phase 5 investment opportunities, ways you can make money or save money when Phase 5 shows up. I do not make videos like this normally, but making videos like this does speed up my production process. So if I see that you guys are liking the way this video is, I'll keep making videos like this and I'll be able to upload much more frequently. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Black Lotus. Black Lotus is going to be the most demanded item when AQ is announced or launched because you need this for so many things. For example, you'll need this for Enchant Cloak Stealth, something rogues can use. You'll need this for Titanic leggings. Now this is the big one. These legs are like really good for warrior DPS. So if you're a warrior DPS, you are going to need 12 Arcanite bar, 20 Enchanted Thorium, 10 Essence of Earth, 2 Flask of Titans to make 1 Titanic leggings. Now, the cost price of this, okay, I won't lie, it's really high right now since a Black Lotus is like 300 gold. But when AQ is announced, there is no doubt the price is gonna go up. Like, it may seem like it's already too late to make this video now, but it really isn't. It's too late when the patch is announced. So you wanna invest right away. Now, I do have a couple of Black Lotus I invested in. I have 15. I have a couple of flasks. Flask of the Titans, okay, it's like 12 gold more than a Black Lotus. It's weird, but you just want to keep stocking up on the things you'll need right now. You'll obviously need them for flasks and the tier 0.5 set. So the 0.5 set is basically if you go to Atlas Loot, Collections, and you go to 0.5 set. For every single one of these upgrades, you'll need to have the tier 0 set, of course, and you'll need to have 2 Flask of Supreme Power and a couple of other smaller stuff, which I'm not really going to mention here. But you'll need 2 Flask of Supreme Power, and that's the main thing. And obviously, you'll need Black Lotus to make flasks for AQ progression, because AQ 40 is not going to be easy. I mean, maybe later on in the phase, but when it's out, lots of guilds are going to have trouble with it. Okay, next up, Elemental Earth. Now this is pretty much self-explanatory. Oh, by the way, the value you see here, this is just my opinion. You can disregard this. This is what I think the prices will be, or the price shift will be when AQ is announced, or Phase 5 is announced. Okay, so you'll need this to make, obviously, Greater Nature Protection Potions, which you'll need in Hoo-Hoo Run, I believe, because apparently there's a boss mechanic where you'll need to soak nature damage. I guess it's a part of the boss fight, but these prices for Elemental Earth is definitely gonna go up. Let's see. It's about 4 gold right now, and that's pretty cheap. I don't know if you guys remember, but Elemental Fire, when it was needed the most, it's peaked up to like 10 or 12 gold at its peak. Now I did buy like 400 of them when they were like 3.5 gold each, so you still have time to invest in these. I suggest you at least buy like 40 for your own stock for raids. Next up, we have Nature Resist Rings. So if you go to Armor, and then if you go to Armor, Miscellaneous, Finger, and just type, okay, it's off Nature Resistance, and if you sort by item level, you'll see, what the hell, 5,000 gold. Okay, you'll see that there are a lot of nature resist rings, and I'm not sure how your guild is gonna handle nature resist gear in AQ, but you can definitely check these out. Sometimes you can get really good rings for like this plus 20 nature resist ring, which is up for 300 gold right now. You can get this for like about 40 gold if you're lucky, because sometimes people post it up for 40 or 50 gold without even realizing how valuable they are. And I do have a couple of these rings invested. Like I have a lot of plus 19 rings, which I'm going to probably share with my guildies after AQ is out. Next we have Fire Bloom. Now this is going to be a really good item to invest on right now. I mean, really, really good. Because I have, right now they are under 1 gold. And this is crazy because this is going to be 2 gold each minimum when it's out. When AQ is out. I have invested in about 1,000 of these, and you'll need these to make Brilliant Wizard Oil and Elixir of Greater Firepower. Brilliant Wizard Oil, so this is like something every caster will always have in raid. Even if they're not using like flasks or potions, they will use this. This is like 1% crit and 36 spell power, and this oil has 5 charges. absolutely essential for any caster DPS. Shadow Priests, Warlocks, Boomkins, and Mages. A must-have. So Fire Bloom prices is without a doubt gonna spike up. So if you're a range DPS, a caster DPS, definitely buy at least 200 of these because you'll need them. You'll need them till the end of the game, so there's that. And also, you'll need them for Elixir of Greater Firepower, which gives you 40 firepower. Okay, Purple Lotus. So this is basically the Fire Bloom for healers. You get Brilliant Mana Oil from it. You get 25 spell power, healing power plus, and 12 mana per every 5 seconds. So this is something every healer will be using till the end of the expansion. So definitely a must have if you are a healer. Purple Lotus. Okay, large brilliant shards. This is something you'll need in every single AQ enchant that's going to come out in phase 5. And this is something you'll need in both brilliant wizard oil and brilliant mana oil. So this is like a no-brainer investment. Like if you want enchants, look up which enchants you'll need in AQ and just buy that amount of brilliant wizard large brilliant shards. Okay, Firefin Snapper. This is something you want to have if you are a fire mage, because you'll need this. You'll need Firefin Snapper to make fire oil, which is not in this region. Okay, you'll need Firefin Snapper to make fire oil, and you'll need fire oil to make greater Elixir of Greater Firepower. So basically you'll need 3 Fire Bloom and 3 fire oil, which means you'll need 6 Firefin Snapper, I believe. Wait, is it 6? Just let me make sure. Yeah, you'll need 6. So if you're a fire mage, if you're a mage basically, because all mages are going to go fire in AQ, definitely invest in Firefin Snapper. Next we have the smaller investments like Essence of Earth. So Essence of Earth is going to be needed to make Titanic leggings, like I said, up here. So the prices of Essence of Earth is going to be slightly high at the beginning of phase 5, but it's going to go back down pretty soon after that, because you really don't need this for anything else. Essence of Air. Essence of Air is needed to make the Enchant Superior Agility. This is a glove enchant that comes out when AQ is out. It drops from a couple of AQ bosses, and you'll need Essence of Air, large brilliant shards, Nexus crystals to make this. And this is something all, I believe, hunters, rogues, and warriors are going to want. I'm not sure about that, but definitely one of them. So if you think you'll need this, definitely invest in these regions. Okay. Next up we have Essence of Fire. This is going to be needed for Enchant Glove's Firepower. So basically if you're a fire mage and you're going to go for this Enchant Glove Firepower, definitely invest in large brilliant shards and Essence of Fire. Nexus crystals, you get this by disenchanting epics in phase 5. So I guess if you are enchanter and you have some old pieces you don't need anymore, this is you can disenchant those to get Nexus crystals. They have to be epics though. Okay, fused wiring. So fused wiring is not something you're going to need for something a new recipe that's going to come out. You basically need them for field repair bots, because AQ40 is a long dungeon and a lot of people are going to be wiping a lot when they're doing AQ40, and you won't have the luxury of going out, repairing, and then running back into the instance. So it's going to be really convenient to have field repair bots in AQ, and a lot of guilds are going to see that. Thus, they're going to be buying a lot of fused wiring. So next up we have Grave Moss. So you'll need this to make Greater Shadow Protection Potion. I think you probably need this for one of the Emperors. No, not Emperors. Twin Emperors. I think Warlocks are going to need them for Twin Emperors, and I think you also need them for Cthulhu. So Heart of Fire. Heart of Fire is going to be the regent that kills elemental fire prices, because what you see here is a recipe is going to come out where you'll be able to transmute 1 Heart of Fire into 3 elemental fires, and this has a cooldown of only 10 minutes. As you see, the prices of Heart of Fire is already going up. I have 107. It's really cheap right now. It's in the silver area, so I'm just gonna buy all of them. The prices of that is definitely gonna go up because nobody's gonna be farming elemental fire anymore. They're just gonna be farming Heart of Fire and transmute that into elemental fire every 10 minutes. Alright, Next up we have large Venom Sac, and you need this to make Elixir of Poison Resistance, and this is another versatile item which you may need in a boss fight, so I guess you really talk to your guild about that. Ask your guild if you'll need poison resistance elixirs. If they say yes, then invest in this. Larval Acid. Okay, this is something tanks will need to get the Enchant Gloves threat. So basically you'll need 8 Larval Acid, 6 large Brilliant Shards, and 4 Nexus Crystal. And this enchant increases the threat generated by tanks. That's definitely something tanks are going to want to have. This is a pattern that drops in AQ. Definitely an item to look into. Right, so next up we have Righteous Orbs. So obviously when a new phase comes out, new weapons are going to come out, which means people are going to start buying Righteous Orbs to enchant those new weapons. So when melee DPS or healers get new weapons from AQ, they're gonna want to use Righteous Orbs to enchant their weapons with healing power or Crusader. So this is like something that's gonna spike and has spiked consistently with every patch releases. This is something you can invest on as well. Living Essence. Living Essence is like something I'm not sure that will go up in price or not, because this is something that is easily farmable in Dire Maul East, and there is like a huge supply of this in the auction house, an endless supply. Prices did seem to have gone up a little bit. The last time I checked, they were around 20 to 40 silver each. So you'll need this for nature resist gears and enchants. If you click on this link on Living Essence, and if you go to regions 4, you can see that most of the things are like enchant cloak, nature resist, Sylvan crown, nature resist cloak, living shoulders. I mean, most stuff here are nature resist, and this also depends on your guild and on how they're gonna approach on nature resist gears. So here's another link if you want to check it out. This link has all the nature resist gears for all the slots available for that type of armor set. For example, for cloth, they have these options for nature resists as their helm slot, these options for the shoulder slot, these options for the chest slot, and they have all this organized for cloth, leather, mail, plate, even weapons. This is a private server patch related, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out. I mean, it's not too different from classic. And next up, we'll have rare things you can farm. So the recipe for Elixir of Greater Firepower. Now let me show you how you can farm that real quick. This drops from Dark Iron Watchmen, Dark Iron Slavers, and Dark Iron Taskmasters. They basically have a 1% chance to drop, meaning you have to kill about 100 of these mobs to get one of these recipe. And this recipe is going to be a worth when phase 5 hits, because every fire mage is going to want an Elixir of Greater Firepower. So what you'll want to do is head over to Searing Gorge. If you look at the map, you see the Cauldron. This is the first cave from the right, and this is where you want to be. I would suggest you park your mage here along with a couple of other mages from your guild, so you can log in and start farming the recipe as soon as the downtime for the patch update has concluded, so you can get the recipe as fast as possible. So basically every single mob in this room has a chance of dropping the recipe. So if you're a mage, or actually you don't even need to be a mage, you can just start farming. If you have a couple of guildies with you, you'll be able to get a lot more tags, because basically all you need to do is tag them, and if you have them tagged, you're gonna get the item that drops from them. Right now they obviously are not gonna drop, but this is something you definitely want to be doing when phase 5 hits. This recipe is gonna be, even if you don't use the recipe, this recipe is gonna be worth at least 1,000 or 2,000 gold in the auction house. And the other recipe we have is plans for Titanic leggings. Now this is a world drop. This is a world drop, just like a Lionheart helm. This apparently drops from any high-level dungeon mobs or bosses, high-level log boxes like Eternium log box, high-level zone chests. Like some people found this in a chest in Winterfall village. Some people found it off dragons, world bosses. You can get them off Eternium log boxes. Basically, you can get this off anything that is a high-level mob or elite or world boss or boss. So this is definitely also something you're going to be keeping your eyes on, because if you get this recipe, people are going to be charging fees like 200 gold to just craft this item. So can't even imagine what the recipe cost is going to be on launch. Probably around 4,000 to 5,000 gold. Maybe even higher. So definitely something you want to keep your eyes on. Alright, that's all I have for this video, and I'll put the link to this. Both these links in my Discord channel. So if you join my Discord, you'll see I have a Phase 5 discussion channel, and I will post both the links in this channel. So if you want to check them out or give them another look, you can come here and do so. Let me just do the nature resist gear set and post them right here real quick. So if you enjoyed this video, do leave a like and subscribe. I have a Fire Mage video coming up after this, and a new boosting technique that is going to be okay. I have a Fire Mage video coming up after this, and a new boosting technique that can be done by hunters and warlocks. So if you want to check that out, do subscribe. Thank you, and catch you guys later.